Welcome to the Photo Video Show, where we explore all things DSLR. I'm your host, Mark Puckett, and on today's program, we're going to be talking about radio triggers. Now, radio triggers essentially allow photographers to take the flash off their camera and put it wherever they want. They can put it up high, they can put it down low, they can put it behind things, and it basically just frees them up to creatively light any scene any which way they want. But most wireless trigger solutions are so cost prohibitive to the amateur or the enthusiast that most people just don't want to dump $200, $300, $400 into a wireless setup that they may or may not use long term. So we decided to pick up a cheaper solution, much cheaper solution, that will essentially allow everyone to test the waters and see if they would like strobist photography at all. So check this out, and we hope it comes in handy. And go. So here we have the Cowboy Studio FM radio trigger, model number MPT-04. Great little triggers. They are cheap Chinese plastic made, although 2 points. They are affordable, and B, they are extremely good in long distances. I've done a couple of tests, and I'll get to those in a minute, but we'll open up the box here, and as you can see, we've got the instructions. Easy enough, we don't really need them. We have the 4-channel transmitter here, okay, and on the bottom we have our toggle switches. Toggle switch 1, toggle switch 2. Basically, you put these in the order of the channel that you want, either up or down for channel 1 or up and down for channel 2. And it essentially gives you a total of 4 channels. So if you've got other people in the room and they happen to be using these same models, just make sure that you guys are on different channels. Should work out fine. You just mount this to the top of your camera. Basically, it only has the one contact, and the only information that your camera is going to send through these is fire. That's it. No creative light system, none of the Nikon goodies, just fire. And that's honestly the way I prefer it. I prefer to shoot in manual and figure out how I want to light a scene. I'm not too keen on letting my camera decide all that for me. So anyway, here's your transmitter, easy enough. Then you've got your receiver. You have your on and off power button, and you also have your toggle switches here as well. Channel 1, channel 2, up and down for either. Just make sure that these are set to the same one that are set on your transmitter. Build quality, not the best. These will probably not survive a couple of drops. They will probably break. They are not going to go very far if you're extremely hard on your equipment. But if you're pretty good about handling your equipment, you're not rambunctious or anything like that, they're going to last you. They'll do pretty good. And I've done a couple of tests with them indoors between a couple of walls. I can get these things to fire from 50 to 60 feet, and most people are never going to use them that far away. But in the case of big, say, studio spaces or something like that, where maybe you've got a couple of walls to go through, which I cannot see why you would ever want to shoot through a wall, but maybe you would. You're going to get some decent range out of these. Like I said, 50 to 60 feet. I happened to do an outdoor photo shoot about a month ago. Left one of my strobe lights on the other side of the creek at about 150 feet worth of distance, and fired that trigger, and my flash went off like a dream every single time. I even caught myself just testing it out 4 or 5 more times just to make sure that I wasn't crazy. Honestly, I couldn't hardly believe how far the range actually was. But your receiver actually takes 2 AA batteries. I just use the rechargeable interloops, and they seem to work great. According to the website, they will fire up to 20,000 times. I don't know. I haven't fired them 20,000 times yet. Maybe I'll get up to that point at some point, but up till right now, don't know. As far as I can tell, also, it works with all the major Canon speedlights and all the major Nikon speedlights. SB800, SB600, those are the only 2 that I can speak of personally, because those are the only ones I use. But they do say that they work with some Pentax flashes, some Sigma flashes, Sunpack, Vivitar, Olympus, So they do work with a lot of camera flashes. So I just threw this one on here on a stand on my SB800 just to kind of show you how the setup goes. You just throw the power switch on, you know, set your channels, and you're good to go. It does happen to come with a PC sync cable, which I have not had to use yet, but it's available to you just in case you may or may not need it. So just figured I'd include that, but I would say at this point most people are not going to need this. I think they just threw it in there for people that may have some older setups that don't actually have a shoe. So at any rate, that is the Cowboy Studio FM radio triggers. Good little set of triggers, and definitely worth the price, especially if you don't have the 200 bucks to shell out for radio poppers or pocket wizards or anything like that. So definitely gets a big thumbs up from the Photo Video Show. So check these things out, and I'll have a link in the description in the crotch bar down below. So there you have it. That is the Cowboy Studios NPT-04 wireless trigger system. Very cheap, very affordable, and should get you by and help you figure out whether or not this is even something you want to truly invest in. So hope you guys found this information useful. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Be our friends. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or questions, please be sure to send those in, and we'll be more than happy to answer them. So thanks for stopping in. We'll see you guys again next time. Peace.